स्टूडेंट, वेलकम टू गुरुवर्या एकेडमी। दोस्तों, आज के इस सेशन हम आपके सेकंड यूनिट में से फर्स्ट पोएम वोकेशन उसका वर्कशॉप देखने वाले हैं। फिर चलिए वर्कशॉप की ओर बढ़ते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग वर्ड्स फ्रेजेस मैच इन द meaning to the underlined ones? Here we have given some phrases and we have to choose the correct option for the given sentences. First, nobody takes him to task, scolds and corrects. Second, if he gets baked in the sun, exposed to heat. Third, chasing the shadows with my lantern, following imaginary goals. Afterwards, fourth, the lane is dark and lonely, deserted. Next, fifth, he soils his cloth with dust, dirties the clothing. Lastly, there is no road he must take, no particular. Here we completed the first question. Now move towards the second question. Read the poem and fill in the table. So firstly, for doing or for solving this question, you have to read the poem properly. पहले आप पोएम अच्छी तरह से पढ़ लीजिएगा और इसके बाद यह क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कीजिए. Time of the day, morning. Location in the lane. Poet's activity, walking to school. Hawker's activity, selling bangles. Gardener's activity, nothing. Watchman's activity, nothing. Afternoon, location near the poet's house. Poet's activity, walking home from school. Gardener's activity, digging the ground. Next, at night, location, the poet's home. Watching the watchman from the bed. Poet's activity. And watchman activity, walking up and down the street swinging lantern. Here we complete the second question. Now move towards the third one. Question 3. Think and answer in your own words. सोचिए और आपके खुद के शब्दों में जवाब दीजिए. First, what could be the age group of the speaker in the poem? पोयम में बात करने वाला जो स्पीकर का ग्रुप है उसका एज कितना हो? एज ग्रुप ऑफ स्पीकर इन द पोयम इज 15. Next, what is the difference between a hawker and shopkeeper? Hawker और shopkeeper में क्या difference? Answer: the difference between a hawker and shopkeeper is that a hawker does not have a fixed job. He goes from street to street selling his wares. A shopkeeper has a fixed shop and people who want to buy his goods must go to his shop. Next one, how do parents react when they see children soil their clothes in dust and heat? जब चिल्ड्रंस उनके क्लॉथ्स सॉइल और डस्ट में डुबो देते हैं तो उनके पेरेंट्स किस तरह से रिएक्ट करते हैं? आंसर: व्हेन पेरेंट्स सी देयर चिल्ड्रन एक्सपोज्ड टू हीट और सॉइल देयर क्लॉथ्स in the dust, they scold them and stop them from doing it. Next is the why is the street light compared to a one red-eyed gent? The street light is very tall and has a single red light at the top. Hence, it is compared to a gent with one red eye. Towards next, what exactly does the speaker in the poem crave for? Answer: the speaker in the poem, who is a young school-going boy, craves for complete freedom to do whatever he wants and whenever he wants. He wants freedom from authority. He wants to lead a carefree life. Next one, does the poet really wish to become a hawker, gardener, watchman? Justify your response. तो यह पोएट है तो पोएट को रियली इन फ्यूचर हॉकर गार्डनर और वॉचमैन में से कुछ बनने की उम्मीद है, आशा है. और वो हॉकर गार्डनर और वॉचमैन बनने की चाह रखते हैं और जो रेस्पॉन्स है उसे जस्टिफाई करना है. आंसर: द पोएट डज नॉट रियली विश टू बिकम अ हॉकर और गार्डनर और वॉचमैन. He is childish and this is only what he thinks is their carefree life. He does not see the difficulties. He actually only craves for complete freedom from authority. Here we complete the third question. Now move towards the fourth one. Say why the speaker of the poem wishes to be a. तो हमें दी गई जो पोयम है उसका जो पोएट है वो नीचे दिए गए लोग क्यों बनना चाहता है? फर्स्टली हॉकर. द स्पीकर इन द पोयम feels that there is nothing to hurry the hawker. There is no fixed road he must travel by, no place that he must to go to, and no time when he must get back home. The speaker feels he is lucky, hence he wishes to be a hawker. It means that the speaker wants to be free to do what he wants and go where he wants to without any restriction. Afterwards, gardener. The speaker in the poem says that the gardener in the nearby house is digging the ground. He does what he likes with his pet. He is free to get clothes soiled with mud, get baked in the sun, or get wet. No one scold him. The speaker wishes to be a gardener so that he is able to enjoy freedom in open without any restriction. Last is about watchman. Speaker is in his bed. Through the open window, he can see the watchman walking up down the dark and lonely street with a lantern in his hand. The speaker is lessfulness that he has to go to bed. He thinks that the watchman never goes to the bed in his life, hence he wishes to become a watchman, walk up and down the dark street at night, having fun chasing the shadows with his lantern. Next question, fifth. Pick out lines that contain alliteration, simile, repetition, and onomatopoeia. We have to pick some lines from the poem which represents the figure of speech like alliteration, simile, repetition, and onomatopoeia. First, alliteration, first example. I can see through the gate the gardener digging the ground, repetition of sound T and G. Second, he does what he likes with his spade. He soils his clothes. Repetition of sound letter H. Afterwards, nobody takes him to task. Repetition of sound of the letter T. Next is repetition. The word bangles, crystal bangles, are repeated to create images in our mind of the hawker. Second, the word no and nobody are repeated for emphasis. After that, simile. The street lamp stands like a giant with one red eye in its head. The street lamp is directly compared to a giant using the word like. Last figure of speech is onomatopoeia. The gong sound 10, the word gong is an onomatopoeic word formed from the sound associated with it. Here we complete the fifth question. Now move towards the sixth one. Some poets do not use an uniformity in its rhyming words, nor a steady rhythm. Such poems without no uniformity in rhyme, rhythm, length of lines, or stanza are called free verse. That Walt Whitman, Ezra Pound, T.S. Eliot, Rabindranath Tagore are some famous poets who have composed the poems in free verse. A quick glance at the poem vocation reveals that the style used by Tagore is free verse. Now turn the pages of your textbook and see if you can find other poems in free verse. Next question 7. What vocation, profession or business would you like to take up in future? Prepare a fact file for the same using the following points. First, name of the vocation, profession and business engineering, educational qualification required BE or BTech. Next, work profile description, setting up of projects, setting up of plants, installing new instruments and machines, opportunities and advancement, talent in a developing country like India. Personal skill, talents of your choice, my interest in seeing how various machine works and my talent in repairing simple instruments. Here we complete the 7th question. Last question which is 8th question. Read and understand the following poem, paper boats and writes its phrases. Paraphrase in your own simple language. You may take the help of dictionary or internet. The first line is done for you day after day, one after another. Sail paper boats of the stream of the following water. And this question you have to solve it yourself. This is for only you. Okay? आई होप आपको ये वर्कशॉप समझ में आया होगा. अगर आपको इस वर्कशॉप में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो, डाउट हो तो कमेंट कीजिए. इसी तरह से सभी क्लास के सभी सब्जेक्ट के वीडियोस एक ही जगह पे इसी तरह से इस चैप्टर के वीडियोस देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए. बाजू में दिख रहे बेल आइकन पे प्रेस कीजिए, वहां पे ऑल कीजिए ताकि आपको वीडियो के बारे में सभी नोटिफिकेशन मिलते रहे. तो इसी तरह से सभी क्लास के सभी सब्जेक्ट के एक ही जगह पे देखने के लिए प्ले स्टोर पे जाइए, गुरुवर्या एकेडमी सर्च कीजिए और हमारा यह एप्लीकेशन इंस्टॉल कीजिए. यह एप्लीकेशन सबके लिए बिल्कुल फ्री है. एप्लीकेशन इंस्टॉल करते समय अगर आपको कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो, परेशानी हो तो हमारा जो ऑफिशियल नंबर है उस पर मैसेज कीजिए ताकि हमारी टीम आपको एप्लीकेशन इंस्टॉल करने में मदद कर सके. इस एप्लीकेशन के लिंक आपको इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में भी मिलेंगे. वहां पे भी जाके आप यह एप्लीकेशन इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं. हमारे सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट्स हैं, उनके भी लिंक्स आपको इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिलेंगे. वहां पे भी आप ज्वाइन हो सकते हो. इस एप्लीकेशन में हमने सेक्शन दिया है जिसके भीतर आप आपके सभी डाउट्स आपके जो अदर क्लासमेट्स हैं उनके साथ मिलकर ग्रुप डिस्कशन करके सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. हमारे कुछ सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट्स हैं, भी लिंक्स आपको इसी वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिलेंगे. वहां पे भी आप ज्वाइन हो सकते हैं. दोस्तों आज के इस सेशन में हम यहीं पे रुकेंगे. जल्दी मिलेंगे अगले सेशन नए वीडियो के साथ. तब तक के लिए बाय दोस्तों, टेक केयर.